20s are literally the worst years of your life. It's only romanticized due to ageism. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to another episode of Claire Haire. We are tackling aging today. Aging. We're going to split this up. We're going to split this up into 3 sections. We're going to talk about the pros of 30s and the pros of 20s, and then I'm going to go ahead and talk about my solution. But real quick, I want to thank you guys so much. We are so close to our watch hour requirement for YouTube, which means I can actually get paid after having my bachelor's degree, almost master's in YouTube. I'm so excited. We're so close. This has been such a journey, for doing this long and not giving up, because I don't know, like it's definitely been a journey. But let's talk about aging. So first things first, the pros of 30s. So I would say the first pro of 30s is just advocacy for yourself. Like, you have to understand, like, there's so much people pleasing that goes into being your 20s that you don't know how to advocate for yourself because you're still a child. Like, I know the ages, I know it's on there and it says that you're not a child, but you really still are. Definitely advocating. Like, I find myself, like, in all aspects, like, of my life, advocating for myself, and it's such a thrill to do because, like, sometimes you scare yourself at how much you advocate for yourself. A big one here too, pro for being in your 30s, is financial literacy. I don't know if y'all know this, but a lot of people are broke even though they have money. Does that make any sense? I think it makes sense to me. But yeah, definitely for sure, financial literacy, just knowing like how credit works, how much it takes to truly save money, how to invest, 401k management, cutting corners where you can cut corners at, saving money, planning your trips, planning your vacations, not doing things on the whim, like just a lot of financial literacy. And also like knowing which jobs to take a gamble on, knowing which jobs to sit there and stay. Like, I feel like a lot of that you kind of fumbling through in your 20s, but definitely for sure, like financial literacy. Another big one too is emotional maturity for some of us, because if you're truly taking notes of everything that emotionally that has happened to you in your 20s, it's going to be very easy for you to maneuver through your 30s because you've already been through everything. Okay, you've already been through everything. I can definitely say, like, that's one of the biggest things, is just knowing knowing your triggers. Okay, so fun fact about being in your 30s, your body likes to keep all your trauma for you, and now that you're relaxed in your 30s, it's going to show up. Congrats. But definitely emotional maturity of just knowing where people come from. Like, a lot of maturity comes from truly seeing from somebody else's perspective, like just like social awareness and seeing how this could make somebody feel, or seeing how this can make somebody feel, or seeing how this can make somebody feel, or seeing how that would affect other people and their margins of group. Like, definitely emotional maturity. Also, emotional maturity is realizing that life is not going to turn out exactly what you want, but it's going to turn out what you need. I know you ain't trying to hear me. You ain't trying to hear me with that, but definitely, I can definitely say, like, just with dealing with all aspects, like also anger control. Like, I had like a really big anger issues, just resentment from how like I was brought into this world, not in money, but a lot of that got resolved, as well as just admitting stuff to yourself. That's why I said emotional maturity is also admitting, like, you know what, that was actually effed up. I didn't like how that made me feel. Let me tell you. And that goes back to advocacy for self. And then emotional maturity, as well as learning how to compartmentalize certain aspects of your life in order to have peace. Like, there's people who I know who are in their 40s and 50s can't do that. So definitely, like, it was definitely like a blessing to learn how to do that. That's only through truly introspection and doing the shadow work. But definitely learning how to speak up for yourself, advocacy. You guys can name them below, like other pros of being in your 30s, but definitely sure these three definitely stuck out to me about like advocating for yourself, advocating for Claire, and then emotional maturity, and of course financial literacy. So we're gonna go into the pros of 20s. Yeah, there is none. Let me stop. But the first one I would say is youth energy. I can say that I had more energy in my youth. I can say that. I can. Like the recovery time. Let's put that on there. Recovery time. I feel like I used to be able to, I already got a degree, so I can say whatever I want. I used to literally go to the club till 3 o'clock in the morning, and then my class started at 8 o'clock, and I wouldn't skip a beat. Like them, and I was fueled by orange soda and hot chips. Like, and I could do that. Okay, like definitely the youth, the energy. Like I feel like I still have that energy now, but it's a lot of upkeep. Okay, it's a lot of upkeep. It's very easy to let the stress of the day, just from different events, not just work, just different things that go throughout the day. It's very easy to let it like bring you down, but definitely I can say the youth, the energy, I can definitely say that. I have on pros of 20s is physique. I mean, I don't look too bad, do I? It's like, ow, okay. I don't look too bad, do I? But I can definitely say in my 20s, like it was easier to maintain a physique. Like I feel like now, I feel like, yes, I still look good on my mama, on my hood. But I feel like it's harder to maintain muscle. Like, for example, I haven't worked out in like almost a month now because I was sick, and then I had like a lot of events going on because I usually work out after work. I had a lot of events going on after work, but it's so easy for me to lose muscle. Like I didn't work out for a month, and like my butt is flat. Like I was like, what? Where'd you go? You know, but it's very easy for me to lose muscle now. I don't know what's going on, but it's very easy for me to lose muscle. My stomach as well. Like that's why I put on here physique. Like my stomach, if I eat something bad, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, baby girl. It's a wrap. There's no, okay, we'll try to see what we can do. Like my body, literally the moment, like I could smell a cup of milk, my body is already putting me. Like I literally had a fun fact, gross fact, but I had eggnog, and it was made with more milk than I thought, and I almost went to the emergency room. Like that's how much your body changes in your 30s. Anything that you're not supposed to be eating or drinking, it's coming out. It's coming out. All right, it's coming out. So definitely for sure. Another pro of your 20s is ignorance. I miss being dumb. I miss not knowing how people act. I miss not knowing humans' true nature. Like people will sit there and befriend you and use you. I hate knowing how the world works. You know, like I hate knowing that people's intention is so calculated. You know, like I can say that like that's one thing that I'm truly sad about, and I wish that I could turn back time. I'm truly sad about is the fact that like you can't you can't get that time back. Like you can't get that unignorance back, because like it's pretty much like once your eyes are awake, you can't go back to sleep. So I do miss that ignorance. I do miss the ignorance of truly knowing, like just in general, like there's so much, like I could talk about like 20 or 30 minutes, but there's so much stuff that I know now, and I wish I didn't. Like I really wish I didn't, but I know that's part of the character, you know. Another pro of your 20s is there's much more tolerance for you being dumb. Like when you're in your 30s and you're dumb and you make mistakes, you're just like, well, you should know better. In your 20s, there's way more understanding for you being stupid. There is. Like, oh my God, I got pregnant by a guy I don't like. Oh my God, please come into my bosom. Please come into my bosom. It's okay. If you're in your 30s and you get pregnant by somebody who you're not supposed to get pregnant by, they're going to roast you alive. Like they're going to roast you. Like they don't care either. They'll keep reminding you how much you failed. Okay, heaven forbid you're in your 40s and you're at a entry-level job. They're going to roast you. That's regardless of either gender. They're going to roast you. Okay, Like, I did not know, like when you're in your 30s, like people expect you to know everything. In your 20s as well, like you're allowed to wear certain outfits. Okay. In your 30s, it's like, cover up. Oh, there's children here, like there's a lot of understanding with your 20s. Okay. So my solution is acknowledgement of ageism. Okay. Like, the common thesis statement that I've noticed, like, for example, I ever heard the phrase and them saying, oh my God, where's my little girl? I miss my little girl. Or they're like, oh my God, your 20s are your best. I was like, yeah, because I'm dumb or ignorant. Let's use that. Dumb is a little bit aggressive. You're dumb. People love when you are easily molded. People love when you are easily dumb. Okay? Because when I look at 30 plus women, it's the same physique. Like, if you truly take care of yourself, your 20s and your 30s should not look that much different. Like, maybe 5 years different, but it should not look that much difference. Don't give me that black thumb crack you don't know. Like, it shouldn't be that big of a difference. Like, it should be the same physique. I feel like the true age where you truly start aging is after your 42nd birthday. I don't know what happens, but I feel like after your 42nd birthday is when you truly start showing signs of aging. If you're taking care of yourself well, maybe 45, but I feel like 42 is, like, from what I've seen, just looking across the board with celebrities in general, celebrities are on a different level, but like, just from what I've seen, like in real life, I feel like 42 is when you start truly showing signs of aging. I feel like too, is just like, it's all about control as well. Like, whenever I sit there and I see men try to make it seem like, okay, once you get into your 30s, no one wants you anymore. Men do not know how old you are. Okay. Like, I literally had on some Chucks and like a black skirt, and I was walking from work, and somebody from the back thought I was 19. You can't tell people's age unless you ask them, and of course you see them in the face, but you can't tell. Like, you really can't tell. Like, there's not that big of a difference. I have on here is that it is a privilege, will always be a privilege to age. There's a lot of people that I know personally that aren't here with us anymore, and they're younger than me. Whether by disease or by unnatural causes. Okay, I can't say about, but out of respect for the dead. But I just feel like y'all don't understand how much of a privilege it is to age. Like, every day I wake up, I was like, oh, I got another chance. Let me make this right. I wake up like that same energy every single day. And when I see people sitting there saying, oh my God, 30, you old, like, not joke, like, how people, they joke, blah, blah, blah. No, they're serious. Like, they're truly terrified of aging. Like, Gen Z is truly terrified of aging. Like, a lot of the older Gen Zs are turning 30 this year, and they're making it seem like it is they're making it sound like it's the end of the world. I was just like, it can be. It can be. Keep playing. It can be. But my thing too, as well as I have on here is too, is like, what is old? Like, you don't know how many times I've been told, oh my God, you're 33. You look amazing, as I should. 33 is very much young. Like, 33 is not even middle age. Like, you should still look good at 33. And if you don't, you should look like how you want to look like, okay? But 33 is not geriatric. I know the doctors have, tied together with men who do not like women, and tied together, and they're doing a group project on trying to get women to have kids younger because that's when they're dumb. I know they're doing that, and I do not care. But definitely for sure, like with ageism, like I just think about how many times I've seen people and they're just like, oh my God, I miss when my kids were under 5. And you miss when they're easily manipulated and dumb. It's all about control. Because me personally, like my niece, like once she turned 6 and she became like, once she turned 4 or 5 and now she's more independent, that is my favorite person. Like, it's literally like having a miniature best friend who doesn't pay for anything. Okay? It's so lit. Okay, it's so lit. Like, that's why with people who are just like, oh my God, I miss the baby face and I miss that. I was like, no. why wouldn't you want somebody who you can like actually have a conversation with? Like, you just want you just want somebody who is gonna be easily manipulated and you can do whatever you want. Like, it's the same thing with men who are so obsessed with women who are in their 20s. It's like, I know women who are in 30s who have 6-packs you can bounce quarters off of. You want the control because they can be more easily manipulated. That's more attractive to you because then you don't have to work hard. Like, it's like with parents who are obsessed with having grandkids. Of course, you're obsessed with having grandkids. Your kids hate you. Like, of course you want a grandkid who knows nothing about your previous sins, but you can start with a clean plate and can manipulate to whatever. Of course you want this person around. Of course you want this person to have a grandkid. Let's keep it a buck. But y'all leave it below. Y'all comments about ageism and how 20s is 30s. Which one do you think is better? Do you think your 20s are better? Do your 30s are better? Or do you think how you make it during that time is better? So don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.